Hey Wealth Warriors, welcome to my kitchen on this Sunday afternoon where I'm going to talk to you yet again about the power in planning out your marketing, planning out your business growth, and planning out those strategies so that you absolutely make the most of the time that you have, the effort that you put into things, and you put yourself out there in a way that you're going to get found. Your information is going to be consumed and people are going to become interested in what it is that you do and what it is that you're sharing. Now, consistency really and truly is king, especially on social media. That consistency is so important for a number of things. First of all, for your audience, for them to attract to what it is that you're saying, to give it time for your message to resonate with them, to give them the opportunity to keep coming back and re-listening, not to the same information, but to the new content that you're sharing. So consistency is so very important in a big part of your strategy. Not only for your audience, but also for the algorithm. So many people don't really understand how a social media algorithm works, and they don't understand that it's that consistency, especially with Facebook, that keeps you out there. So you've heard me say it before, Sundays are my planning days. I typically take anywhere from 15 minutes to 30 minutes to plan out what my strategy is going to be. Now, I'm telling you, I work about a month ahead, so I'm not necessarily planning this week's strategy, this upcoming week's strategy today, although certain aspects of it I will be planning today, but the biggest bulk of it's already pre-planned, so I'm working a month out. So as you know, I work with an old-fashioned planner. This is my day timer. I also work with my Gmail and Google Calendar, but this just really helps me get things in place. So I spend time in here. You'll see where I have things blocked into my calendar, but right over here is my list of things that I'm going to accomplish today. I have some free time, so I'm actually doing my 4 YouTube videos. I am shooting those 4 YouTube videos for the month, and I'm doing that today. I start with a theme. My theme for August is the 4 Agreements, the book, The 4 Agreements, and I'll be sharing different ways that you can incorporate these 4 agreements into the different aspects of your life and different aspects of your business. Now, the nice thing about working with a theme is that gives you the ability to know or to more easily plan what the content strategy is that you're going to put into place with what you're marketing, what your goals are, okay? So that's really an important part of it. And I'm not saying that you have to have a theme, but when you have a theme, it definitely makes it easier for you to know very quickly what it is that you're going to be doing. So I start with themes, and then I go through and I look at the platforms. You don't have to be on every single platform. You can build a huge successful business with just Facebook or just LinkedIn. It really doesn't matter that you're on all of them. It's what appeals to you. For me, all these years into using social media, I use Facebook, I use LinkedIn, I use YouTube, and I use Instagram. Those are my 4 primary platforms. Now, Facebook, I'm there every single day, but that's the only one where I absolutely am there every day. Getting better with Instagram, but YouTube, my goal is 1 video a week, and 1 video a week gives me plenty of content over time as I build that up. That content can be used and shared over and over again, especially if it stays evergreen, meaning if you're not doing a product launch or you're not talking about a special promotion that's running for the month that you're speaking of. If it's anything else, it can remain evergreen. You can take that YouTube video, you can put it on a blog post, and you can continue to market that out there. And the thing that is so cool about YouTube versus Facebook is YouTube is its own search engine. So whatever content you put out on YouTube, that stays out there working for you years and years into the future. Whereas Facebook, it's a 1, 2, maybe 3 or 4 day proposition. Most people, think about yourself, don't go back in the archives and look to see what somebody posted even last week, unless there's a specific reason and something that we're looking for. So you want to factor all these in and pay attention to how these can work for you over time. Social is fantastic. You want to make sure that you're on Facebook and the fast-paced, fast-moving social media platforms. but YouTube is so viable for you for not only today, but into the future. Now, one of the other things that I do, I use my phone, but my phone is actually recording this, but I also pre-plan, I talk about Instagram stories, as well as the content in Instagram and Facebook. I will spend time today writing up those stories, getting them in a document, and then I actually put them in a note on my phone. I use an iPhone, I put them in a note, and then boom, I can get that content out there very quickly, laying in bed sometimes before I even get out of bed for Instagram. But again, having that theme, having that pre-planned strategy behind the content and what I'm putting out there makes it so much easier, because I can wake up in the morning, get my time done on Facebook. I always say, and get my time done on Instagram or wherever. I always say social media really effectively can be done in about 30 minutes a day if you take the time to do some pre-planning, you take the time to get strategic, and then that content plan can work for you over and over and over again. It's shampoo, rinse, and repeat. You can use much of it on into the future, especially if you're inspiring, you're educating, and you're doing any type of content that is not ever, or that remains evergreen, that it doesn't have a time stamp or a date or something very specific to it. So I really want to encourage you to take some time today, take this time on a Sunday afternoon and do some pre-planning for your business so that you get up tomorrow and you know what your social media strategy is going to be. You know what the intent is of it, and you know that call to action, that step that you want people to take so that they have it just very streamlined and they can find out more about you and what it is that you sell, you offer, your program. We basically do two things as solopreneurs in just about any type of business. We meet people, we share with them what we do, and we make some type of offer. If you'd like to know how to put all this together, join me in the Street Smart Wealth Academy. You can go to streetsmartwealthacademy.com to learn more. You can fill out a form. Would love to have a conversation with you. Free conversation. Let's chat about what your goals are, what your stumbling blocks are, and suggestions that I have for you. Any questions or comments, please leave them below. Would love to get those answered. Work on your calendar. I also use an old-fashioned one like this where this is my Facebook content for the group where I know what it is. And again, even though the dates are slightly off, I can use this calendar over and over and over again. I could use this calendar for next August, or I could mix it up and use it in September. Again, assuming the content is evergreen. So hopefully that gives you some great ideas for taking today, taking the next 15, 30 minutes or an hour, get out your calendar, get intentional, decide what business goals you would like to achieve for this week, get off the couch, get off of Netflix, get out there and make some impact for you in your business and make some impact for your ideal client and your audience who's waiting to hear from you. Make it an awesome day. And again, leave any questions or comments below. I'll see you soon.